What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. Champions League match day here upon us, all right? And we've got Paphos. We are hosting them. And yeah, we've got a lot of fun on the show today. We've got headlines we got to take a look at and tackle. And I've got Luca, I've got Omer with me. We're going to have a lot of fun here. Luca, how you doing today, brother?
Doing just fine. It is cold. It is wet in my city, but I am excited for some Champions League depression today.
Champions League depression. Well, let's hope that's not the damn case, buddy. Come on, man. Paphos, well, we'll get to know our opponents and everything here and go through it. Omer, how are you doing today, brother? A little more optimistic than our friend Luca over here?
Awful. I feel awful, but positive towards the game.
Positive towards the game. I like it.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I don't feel awful. I'm fine. Yeah, I am positive. It's not an easy one, but let's see what we can do.
There we go. I don't know why everything was working just fine previously, and now my mouse has completely quit, and I can't highlight the chat. I can't highlight the army. I don't know if it's dead or not because I just tossed it on charge to try and see, but this affects some of our segments today, so hopefully I can get it going in the meantime. Army, though, you guys know the drill. Drop a like, okay, as you come in here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. December's kit giveaway is out, and it's the third kit with Keenan Yildiz on it, so you're going to want to be subscribed, okay? And you know the drill around here, how we like to kick things off on match day. Yes, we're going to tackle Juve hosting Paphos, the matchup coming off a brutal defeat to Napoli there, where we just did not put our front foot forward. And the funny thing is even in this whole aftermath, there's a lot of things carrying over that lead to the discussion going into this game, from things that Spalletti has said to what's being said by ex-players to the media, etc. But then even the presser into today's matchup, Kalulu sheds a little light on maybe Spalletti not being 100% upfront in the media before. So it's all very, very interesting, and we're going to tackle it all together right now. But we're going to kick things off with some of the headlines coming into today's match. So first off, we're going to kick things off with some of the names being linked with Juve. Okay, Caprile being listed as a keeper that Juve is keeping tabs on. You have Murasic being listed as a name. Very underwhelming. Okay, like when I hear names like this, 33 years old, I'm pretty sure, expiring contract with Lazio. Can we just not? Can we just not? Like, I know we need experience, but like, come on, that's not the experience we're after here. No, it's not. Yeah. That's not what we mean by experience.
I'd take Skang over him.
Yeah, I mean, if you do have someone with experience, at least someone that was actually a very good player in his prime. I mean, Paphos are still rocking David Luiz apparently, and he's doing phenomenal, it seems. Don't know if Pepe still plays for Porto. Sergio Ramos is an option. I mean, those guys they have some mileage behind them. Not some asshole who played for Lazio.
Especially Lazio.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen in Juve.
Anything can happen. Just like Wyclef Jean used to say, anything can happen. What? Say what? Anything can happen.
The 90s. When you
roll into the okay. Now, Palestra, we get his price tag, 35 million euros.
Italian tax.
35 million euros.
Christ.
Just 10 million more than they asked in the summer. That was 25, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed with him when we did play them.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's a good investment.
35 million euros.
Again, last show I said that we need to pump the brake on the youngsters and start buying some more, let's call it experience.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to contradict myself. He did impress me. 35. Yeah, good question. Is that the Juve price or the just general price? Because then the Juve price would probably be like 42 or something.
50 like those bastards at Bologna pulled on us, and that's what had me throwing all the Saputo cheese out of the fridge, and my wife saying, "What the hell are you doing?" And it's like, yeah, we're not supporting those clowns anymore. Yeah.
I just ate it. I just ate it all instead.
You ate it all instead.
I mean,
Jesus.
sorry. I don't want to throw it out. It's good shit.
Listen,
Anyways, we roll on.
I don't know about this Palestra thing. So to Omer's point, if you want to go with a young guy and we got to pump the brakes on the young guy, I do agree with that, but I still stand firm that Juve needs to start looking at multiple moves, not one for ones. So if you're going to say goodbye to somebody and you want to bring in Palestra, I'm cool with that. But is that like, where do you want your experience? It still comes back to team building, right? So I'm not going to say, no, you definitely shouldn't because he's just another young guy. Well, who do we have outgoing? Who are we going to be selling? And I might be okay and might be willing to take in Palestra, because if I'm looking at experience, I'd probably say I'd want experience in the middle of the park and at center back. If I want experienced players coming in, it's got to be somewhere in the spine. So I'd be okay to Palestra. 35 million. I mean, so far he's having a decent season. 35 might be a little bit of stretch. Maybe you can get it down, but by season's end, let's see. Skira believes that the price tag's actually going to go up a little bit more, but again, let's see. That guy was on a horror show last summer, so we're not going to stick to that one too much, okay? But Palestra's price tag is set nonetheless. We all still feel the same way. Like, I mean, ultimately, I think we're okay with young guys, but there has to be some attention to experience. And it's been one of the things that's come through this season a ton. And when you're looking at some of the things that we're going to dissect, and it'll play part with this discussion when you get into the build-up to this game and the word Spalletti has and the demands that he made to the players and this squad. So we'll get to it all. And speaking of Spalletti, Yildiz, man, I had certain vibes. We didn't even touch on it in the post-match because there was just so much to tackle, but his words around Kenan Yildiz and wanting more after substituting him early, making a questionable substitution there. He scored our goal. You had way too many guys on brutal showings in that Napoli game, and I think Spalletti screwed it from the start. But he came off saying he needs to do more, and in the build-up to this game, you think he was trying to save face? Because he said, no, yeah, I just truly believe in his talents and how talented he is that that we haven't even seen anywhere near the best of Kenan Yildiz. I think it's a little bit of trying to save face, and maybe he realized how silly it was and how he came off probably incorrectly. What do you think? I think he was trying to save face.
I kind of like it, to be honest, because it wasn't only Yildiz. Maybe the word choice was a bit poor for Yildiz, but it seems like he's trying to keep everyone in check. Like no one is above anything, especially the guys who are sort of a lock in the starting 11. And yeah, that goes for Yildiz as well. Like they obviously talked. Like he didn't just say that and didn't address Yildiz, face to face. But I have the feeling that he's trying to push the team to do more individually. The guys who should be leading, the guys who are making the high salaries, who are considered the better players in the team. Honestly, we've been asking for it for how long? For someone to start setting the standards and know if you didn't run enough in the match, then it's not good enough, and start running in training, like he said about Jonathan David. Yeah. I mean, I can't sit here and say, oh, that's uncalled for or whatever, when we do it here every week. Call those guys out for what they're not doing. And I believe that's what he's trying to do. If he's just being an asshole, then there's no need for it, but I don't think he is.
Well, that's why you got to be on Spalletti watch, because it's the same guy that got into it with Totti at Roma, and the list goes on and on with key guys, right? And at the same time,
he had it with Osimhen at Napoli.
He had it out with him too. At the same time, you can't go out and fuck up a lineup like you did and play games like that and then call out your only guy that
Your only
scored a
guy.
goal in that game. You can't do that. Like, it's hilarious to me. So I'm like, if you're going to spot out and say, oh, he needs to do more after you have a horror show like that, one of the things that has followed Spalletti around forever, it's one of the reasons why I had issues, like, if we're looking long term, is the guy has zero accountability for himself.
Yeah.
I'll be quite honest. That's something that's followed him around his entire career. And that's why he gets into it with guys. Part of it is good. Part of it is warranted. Part of it needs to happen. But at the same time, Spalletti can be a little bit of a loose cannon. So there's a lot of factors that you got to watch out for. But I think he was trying to save face with that comment. I think in the grand scheme of things, with the amount of performances that were out there that were so bad, so far off the mark compared to Yildiz, I think it was like, what the hell are you doing? And this guy's in contract talks with us right now, brother. And everybody's coming after us, after him, most likely this summer. Maybe pump the brakes. Maybe a little damage control. Luca, do you think it was damage control?
Oh, the way I read it was certainly in that sense. You know, like, I think he was trying to blame somebody else after his absolutely disgusting lineup that he put out there. I think, as you said, he was avoiding accountability completely, like he always does. And yeah, I couldn't fathom why he would target our only shining, light in that entire shit show of 90 minutes, So I'm not surprised. It's one of the reasons I also didn't want him coaching our club. But what am I to say? I'm not.
We
surprised.
have I have a very, very strong question about Spalletti later on, though, and my reaction to this might actually surprise people about my answer that I'll give later on, because again, there's a lot of factors that you play into here, and Spalletti has said some right things coming out of that game from Napoli, and he's right to call out certain things that are happening with the team that might shed a light on what the hell is actually going on at Juventus, which is something we've asked for years now. What the hell is going on there? Okay? And we are going to get into that because it has a lot to play into this match. First up, sporting director. Camoli, close. This guy's close for 3 months. What the hell are we doing? Well, now James Gow all of a sudden is like the leading candidate out of nowhere. 3 years total experience as a sporting director, split between two teams, not a sniff near any top 5 league. And this all of a sudden is the top candidate. The Danes are laughing about it because he was an absolute horror show over there. And they're like, how on earth is he linked to Juventus? So I have one quick reaction when I saw this and heard this. To me, it's red flag.
Yep.
It's red flag for Juve because it, for me, completely locks in on the fact that this is wholeheartedly Camoli's show. And whoever comes in as sporting director is just going to be a puppet. And to have belief in this management team, I don't think any of the guys might actually ultimately matter, no matter what Camoli comes out and tells you or says to us about this collaborative. I'm not buying it. A guy like this should simply never be on the target list for Juve if we're looking to be serious and move forward. That is a massive red flag for me. So this whole thing where we're all waiting and looking for ambition from this team, and it starts at the top, this is very disappointing to have this target, I have to say. That's me. Immediately when I heard it, I was like, what are we doing? And you look into this guy and just brutal. But that's my thoughts. I think it's a massive red flag. And it leads me to still, and people might be against this. I might get, called out for the fact that this new management team has just been sorted, etc. But listen, I have little faith in the guy that's hiring. I have little faith in Elkin bringing in Kamoli from the first part. I've been sketched out about Kamoli since day one, too. I have skepticism there. Okay? You could say I'm negative, say whatever you want. These are the feelings I have. But when this guy comes out as sporting director that we are looking at, it raises the red flags for me, and it makes my skepticism kick in a little bit further because it's brutal. It's brutal in my opinion. Guys?
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add. I agree with all of it. Basically, the only thing that I'm kind of hoping, it's not even, it probably won't happen, but I'm kind of hoping that it will actually shut us all up and it will be a good move, but it's just hope. I'm so doubtful that's going to work. I have no idea why they're going after this guy. I get they work together at Liverpool, fine, but I mean, you got to stop recruiting your friends and the guys you know. There are other people out there. I mean, we were heavily searching for players in the French league because that's where he knew the market, and it's not such a good sign, to be honest. And that's another one. I mean, again, I said in the past that sporting directors should be judged after a long time, not the same, you don't apply the same rules that you apply to managers and players. Yeah. But it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that. It doesn't look good at all. And I hope, but I'm not hopeful.
Yeah. Got his team relegated. Woo! Wow. Hey, Luca, anything to add on this guy being linked?
Well, I'm bamboozled. That's the word I'm using today.
Decent game too. Bamboozled. Decent game.
We were so focused. I remember those like 2-3 weeks of news where Lou kept sending us like tweets about Ottolini leaving his club, and we were next in line. And I think we were all excited because it was a promising name, and there was hope there. There was some sort of light being shed. Maybe Kamoli's got some sort of plan here, especially that Ottolini's coming from our league. He's got knowledge and he's made some great signings in the past, and all that just got wiped right off the board. And I'm just like, what do we do?
I gotta say, like, Ottolini didn't really excite me either, but more than Gao, I'll tell you that. And
at least
Sartori would be the guy I'd probably be aiming for. Who was the other gentleman, Braz, that ended up going to Saudi, who was in the link? That would have been that would have been, okay, we're looking to like get some new ideas, fresh ideas, like, but this is just, it's way too out there. It's along the same lines of, even though we all love Andrea Pirlo, he's one of the most influential signings Juve ever made. When he came in as a coach, you shouldn't have a gig like that with no CV. You just really shouldn't.
Yeah, good point. Very good.
And
the feeling is that they tell everyone, come to Juve, do a bad job, sign a big contract, and then get fired and collect your paycheck for the next 2-3 years. It seems like to be a mantra now.
It's a trend.
It's starting to feel, and this is why I get into this, and I get into Kamoli, my skepticism there, and I get it, and it all goes back to Elkin. It all goes back to him. I'm starting to get the vibes that, like, the reason you're not getting continuity, and even Claudio Marchisio talked about this a lot, but like, I'm starting to look, and we'll dive into it a little bit later, but I'm starting to see that these guys are just, year after year after year, it's just like another story, another set of lines that they feed the fans. And it's just like these guys that are appointed end up just being shields and not an actual plan. And maybe that's why you have like no synchronicity between any of the facets in management. And coach is not in line with director. Director's left high and dry. Oh, but now we got a management team. Well, what's going on? What will prove to me any different that these guys aren't just a shield yet again, and we're going to be fed, hey, they just got here. This is year one for these guys. and then you're in the same carousel. This isn't Juve standards. No, we have to make changes. We're gonna have to be patient, etc. And then you're right back at square one. I'm not buying it. Like Elkan for me
Yeah.
is a disaster and has been a disaster since he's been pulling the strings.
Yep.
Yeah, a carousel is a good analogy. It looks fun from the outside, but it makes your head hurt. That's basically Juve right now.
Yeah.
And I think Juve are such a mess right now, such a mess that no one really, it doesn't seem like anyone has any idea what's going on. The newspapers, definitely, but even the credible guys like Fabrizio Romano and Nicolo Schira and all those guys, it seems like they have no idea what's going on
Yeah.
at Juve right now. They had so many wrong calls on who they're going to sign and who's the next one, and they've been wrong a lot, and they're
Yeah.
not that wrong about other clubs.
Yeah.
I think just it's
Yeah.
such a mess that no one has any idea. It could be Ottolini, and tomorrow it's Gao, and now it's Sartori, and we're
Yep.
going to get the Paphos. I wish we'd get the Paphos sporting director. He's
I-
actually doing great.
I hope that my skepticism is proven wrong by the management group, and that the decisions they make are the right ones, and we start moving forward. But I need to see legitimate team building. I need to see, like, even when I raise skepticism about Camoli, it's certain moves in the summer that weren't finalized that we're probably going to have to deal with again this summer. Again, going back to the carousel feeling at Juve. That's part of it. The other thing is just this lack of attention to needs that were there in this team. I need to start seeing these guys understand, like, the team needs and where the shortcomings are, because that's 2 seasons in a row we went in with glaring and obvious gaps that we were punished for. We were punished for it this season early on. Bremer and Cabal both going on. We were like, man, you knew they were both coming back from ACLs. I need to see it be better. That's just irresponsible from management. So it's got to be better. So I hope I'm wrong there. Before we get to the game, and we got, again, fun segments and stuff, one last one, in case you missed it. Talking about, we might have a segment for Skanga called Grinds My Balls, okay? So this one grinds my balls. Juve fined 10,000 euros for fans throwing things on the pitch and derogatory chants that were made at the Napoli game at the Maradona. And that's fine. No problem. Crickets at them damaging our bus, throwing rocks at the team as they come in. Absolutely no punishment from the sports judge to Napoli for its fans doing that, despite damage. And Juve pays a 10,000 euro fine. I'm left waiting and wondering, and people might say, Berto, you're way, way out of pocket for this. But a portion of what we see on the pitch comes from the lack of spine and balls from the top down, because at what point is Juve gonna fucking get some balls and start fighting shit? This is a joke.
No,
I would say no problem. I'm gonna send you €1 a fucking day until I wait for the fine for what they did to our bus while our players are on it rolling up to the game and doing that. I will pay you €1 a day of that fine until you'll get the rest when that happens. Or better yet, here's the bill for the repairs to the bus. Let's take care of that. Or I'll send you the 10,000 euros minus that bill. Bunch of latri. Te vaffanculo.
Yeah, it's become really evident, the discrimination towards Juve. Like, we were always on that, sort of, we have this class to us. We don't complain about referees. We don't complain about other teams or this and that. Dude, I became that. I became that guy. I'm sick and tired of it. I mean, it's definitely not the first time.
No.
What type of fine did Fiorentina get for their chants towards Vlahovic in the recent match? What was it, 20,000?
20, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much did Juve get for the issue with Lukaku back then when they stopped the match and had the penalty? It was like in the hundreds. I don't know. It was like 100,000, 200,000. And I mean, it's so obvious that I can't ignore it. You know what? Let's bitch. Let's cry. I want Komoli to go out there and say, what the hell is going on with your referees? They're shambles. Take the fine. Take whatever they give you.
Yeah, you know what?
But
They're going to start throwing
creating
fines
this
out like
narrative,
this.
man.
It's not going to be on the level with other teams. You know what? Let it fly. And just say, you know what? No problem. €1 a day and expect more fines because now we'll call you guys out. You think
Blasphemous chance. Remember that with Buffon?
These guys have the audacity to walk around with kids wearing anti-racism shirts before games while half the crowds in your fucking league, all they do is racist chants towards players, and it's crickets. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. I'm so sick and tired of the nonsense that I see. But yeah, this one,
competence, man.
No surprise. And again, they sports judge my ass. Okay, now before we get into Paphos and Juve Champions League matchup today, lot to tackle in this one. Guys caught off. Luka was caught by surprise today, spending a little time taking a look there. But speaking of Luka, we've got segments now for our panel, and Luka's got one. Luka's got a little bit of a skill here that we're going to put to the test, okay? Because I was a little impressed there the other day. Being able to name players simply off their boots and the boots that they wear. So we got a little challenge where I've provided some photos of some boots of some players that represent Juventus. We're going to see if he can nail them. But first, we are going to get to because Luka's a bit of a boot snob. That used to be your Twitter handle, actually, I believe. Boot snob before I went to the real Juve snob. I remember way back in the day. Okay.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because he used to be about all his...
Well, this is before the dedication to the pod, like at that one point we all switched our names to include AJC into it, right? To really bolster it. So that was pre.
I'm not as perverted as Luka for players' feet, so I'm gonna just sit this one out.
Yeah, so and let's get into this segment. It's called "Look at That Guy's Feet." Okay, look at that guy's feet. No, it's called "Lace Up" with Luka. Okay?
That's a straight yellow.
No, what? Go with the first one. It was awesome.
No, it's good.
Look at that guy's feet. Okay. We do want to shine a spotlight. First, you're going to shine a spotlight on one of the players because after we'll put the boots together. We got to talk about the tools of the trade a bit sometimes, So I like the change up here. But we're going to talk about Yildiz. We're going to bring up Yildiz first up.
What does Dragomir wear?
So we got Yildiz rocking these. He was named to be a part of the group. So, Luka, why don't you tackle these bad boys?
Sure. So what you guys have in front of you is the F50 Messi. So essentially what it is it's a variation of Adidas's F50 line. And if you don't know what the F50 is, you've been living under a rock. I'm sorry to tell you.
No idea.
Messi, Omar,
no idea.
Rock. So essentially what Adidas has done is provided Messi with his own variation of this boot. That's tailored to his preferences. Not many differences in the two lines, but this one has a completely different upper. The actual cut and way that the lacing system works is preferential to what Messi likes. And the studs are basically the same. So all in all, you get a different colorway, a different style, but also a different fit and feel. Once again, tailored to what Messi likes, although I could bet you it's not exactly what he wears. And essentially, Adidas chose a handful of youth players, star.
So Yildiz is among them. Who are all in there?
Yeah, so we got Yildiz in there, as we just mentioned. Yamal is another notable name. There's some other young, notable players, some guys from the Argentinian team, a lot of young females as well, some from MLS too. So I don't know them all by heart, but, Yildiz and Yamal are the two notable ones, that's for sure.
Okay, let's get into this. Would you rock these boots? I wouldn't.
Not this colorway. But I would rock the boots because they are like performance-wise, they are very, very solid. But I would probably pick a more calm colorway.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Too
Couldn't do
bright.
it. And with the Messi name on there, and Yildiz is rocking them with the Messi name on there.
Correct.
Can't do it. Can't do it. But now,
What
let's get
about
to
Omar?
the challenge.
Omar, would you wear these?
Omar, would you rock these?
I have no opinion. Yeah, I'll rock whatever you give me.
I love it. All right, put me to the test. Easy. It's Bonucci.
Jesus. What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say Evra, but I saw his skin was white, so I'm like, no, it's not to be racist, but I'm like,
Whoa. Okay, number 2. Easy.
it's probably Pirlo or Tevez, but I think more Pirlo. He's got a fat ankle, so I think it's there we go.
Yeah. Okay, boot number 3. Easy.
Chiellini.
Easy ones to start there. Yes, that one's Kielo. There.
Really
the
are.
Pumas.
I'm gonna say Bernardeschi.
What the hell, man? I don't understand how you can. What?
Pipita for sure. Low cut. Yeah, it's got to be him.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Okay, man.
That's some weird fetish, Luca.
That is I don't understand it. That's wild to me. Good on you, man. Good on you. Bravo. I will work a little bit harder to I'm at a loss, man. I'm at a loss. So this segment, I actually like it. I'm gonna say next time we're gonna try and I'll go a little bit deeper because that's crazy. I didn't know how hard I should make it, whatever, but I thought Berna would trip you up and probably maybe even Pipita because I think Pipita switched quite a bit with Juve on his boot. He was still through Nike, but he switched variations a lot.
Not at that level. Not at that point. When that boot came out, he was stuck to it, and he did. He was the only one on their squad wearing that cut. And same goes for Berna. Him and Matuidi were the only ones wearing those too. So I mean, it wasn't easy. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Usually.
Look at these. Just how the hell do you know that? Yeah, it's actually wild to me. All right, but yeah. Luca Laka defeat. So let's now get into Paphos and you.
That's gonna stick, isn't it? I have a bad feeling.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Next time I'll have to dig a little deeper there. Well done, man. 5 for 5. Whew. Now,
thank you, sir.
battle hardened Paphos. All right. Having already played 11 European fixtures this term, most recently coming from behind twice against Monaco, match day of a 5. Really only left with a 5-1 drubbing by Bayern as their only defeat there. Man, this is maybe going to be more interesting than some fans actually think. I know we got Justin in here in the chat, and yesterday he was saying, I have zero fear. He's just I am on a scale of 1 to 10 worried about this thing. 10 being very worried, just not worried at all. He's I am not worried at all. Okay. They're set to finish next month with a tough trip to Chelsea and then a home game against Slavia Prague. But they are coming back to us on back-to-back league wins. For a lot of people that just have no idea who the hell Paphos is, found it, I believe, formed 2013, 2014. They are coming off their first league title, so around 10 years there, and 11 years getting first league title. And now, obviously, this is their debut in Champions League. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're from Cyprus here, and when you look at the table in Champions League, they're literally right there with us on 6 points with the exact same record of 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 loss. And we talked about the only loss that they have suffered there was that beatdown by Bayern If you want to look at the roster that they're going to have out there, this is their projected 11. So you could see, obviously, David Luiz one will stand out to guys taking you back, running it way back. But yeah, this is, I believe there's a player on there that should be starting that isn't actually on this list in Sema. But other than that, that'll probably be exactly what we're going to see. You could see a 4-2-3-1 there, but they're definitely not expected to like play aggressively or come at us. And I'm not 100% convinced that that is in fact the set formation you'll get and see. So yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that as we keep going, as we got to get into Juventus. For Juve, my God, we have conceded in every single Champions League match this season.
Woo.
Will that streak continue today?
That's bad. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
When you talk about, and not just that we have conceded in every Champions League match, it's also 8 straight, like an average of 2 goals per game. It's ugly. We're an absolute yo-yo of a team. You know, we totally are a yo-yo. It's all over the place. There's flashes of good things that come and go. There's been a decent run of good games, and then it's absolutely shattered when you get to the Napoli game, and it feels like, okay, you start climbing a couple rungs on the ladder, and then shaky Steve's hands kick in, and all of a sudden the ladder tips out. By the way, joke about our buddy Sev who fell off a ladder. He's okay, so we could joke about it, all right? And this was a while ago. But yeah, he's all good.
Serious left.
Yeah. You look at Spalletti talking about this Juve side, saying, I don't know what to think. He says, I don't know what to think. Training this team, I get enraged and calm at the same time. Dude, that is the most accurate thing you could say, because following this team from a game-to-game basis is essentially that. You know, you could see bright spots. You can hope that, okay, you make that turnaround, but then you just have those hair-pulling moments. But then it also leads to beauties like the bald statements. But yeah, we're pulling our hair out. We're pulling our hair out, boys. Most of the time. It's frustrating.
I'm so far away from like giving it a 10 in a match like that. We're so fucking far away from feeling confident in a win in these types of matches that, I mean, it's just like any other match that depends on what Juve shows up.
And that says a lot, man. Like you're going into a game with a Champions League debut team, okay? A team that's only been formed in 2014. Don't have a crazy roster by any means. And it's like you can't walk into this with wholehearted confidence that like, oh yeah, there won't be a slip up. We will take care of business. That's crazy. It's crazy. The fact that some fans, and I'm not saying that I'm one of them or et cetera, whatever, but the fact that some of the fans out there feel this is a coin toss of a match is crazy. But they're not wrong in having these feelings because the team isn't showing. If your coach is out there telling you that I go through all the motions, it's an emotional roller coaster training this team, guess what, buddy? That's exactly what it's like supporting it.
Yeah. It's basically
unfortunate, but yeah.
It's been a roller coaster like these past few years. It's up and downs, but in the end, you're at the same spot at the end of every year, questioning everything and everyone.
Did you have fun on that roller coaster?
Not really.
I hate roller coasters.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's not.
Most of them make you puke. Also accurate of some of the matches.
Yeah, but none of them make you drink. So
my God. Spalletti, though, is a part of this all over the place feeling for me as well. Because even for him to say, oh, this team, I don't know what to think in training, you know, they make me feel calm and they also just irritate the hell out of me all in a matter of minutes. Well, guess what, buddy? You're all over the map too. We go back to the comments made about Yildiz. You're making those comments about Yildiz. You're telling me Thuram played a great match against Napoli when asked specifically about what's going on with Thuram. Huh? No. Like, if there's a guy that needs to be called out to pick up that's the kid. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Time to get going. Time to wake up. He did back him saying, I believe he's a solid football player. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But he has to show it. You know? So Spalletti's kind of all over the place too. But he did do something that I liked in calling these guys out on training and everything. That might shed a little bit more light on what the heck is going on at Juve. But we're going to get to that after, okay? Form. Juve. 1 loss, obviously that last one. 3 wins, 2 draws. Paphos. 4 wins and 2 draws. Last 6. Okay?
And 1 loss. No.
Injuries. They actually get Correa back from a ban. And Sema, that everybody's looking for, is obviously injured, but they didn't know exactly full status. And then Quina is a doubt for them as well. So David Luiz to roll back the hands of time and maybe create a problem. We'll see. Projected lineup for Juve is as follows. Before we get to keys to victory, etc. Right here. Now, the only change that has come out recently, about 20 minutes ago, is Miretti in for Kefren Thuram. Everything else the same. And obviously, I don't know why the hell they chose this game to put Cope Miners on the right. He will play on the left. Kalulu will be on the right side, center back. McKennie, Locatelli, Miretti, Cambiaso. Zhegrova getting the start with Yildiz, and then Jonathan David up top. So, with that being a projected lineup, fellas, I want to get your keys to victory, your thoughts on the lineup, your feelings going into this game before we get into predictions. We're not going to do predictions just right now. Just your thoughts on that lineup and your feelings going into the game. What do you think Juve has to do to take care of business here? Let's start with Luca. No, Luca, shit. We start with you.
Sorry, age. I always said age first. Keys to victory. Don't cock it up. You know, make the 3-yard passes straight. You know, it's like these are simple things that we couldn't even do versus Napoli, and this is why I don't care much about our lineup. You know, like 1 or 2 players won't make the difference. For me, it's the overall mentality and the overall fight that comes with it. Simple as that. You know, Napoli, again, I'm going to go back because that was our last game and it's the last freshest in my mind. We started not on the back foot. We started like a couple of feet back, you know, like I don't know what the heck we were thinking. Not because we had bad players in the field. Like these guys a couple days earlier in the Coppa Italia were elite. So I don't understand the drop off. And Bert, you say this often, our biggest weakness is ourselves. So as long as these guys show up and play and, you know, mentally they're in the right place, we could win this game. You know, the lineup, I can nitpick things and, you know, Miretti starting, that's something I would have pushed for. And I'm glad that's being rumored. But besides that, I mean, the lineup is the lineup. We don't have many other changes we could be making here.
All right.
Personally.
Omer, your thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say I've been to Paphos, I don't know, 3 months ago, maybe, at the end of August. I was actually there when they qualified for the Champions League, but they didn't play in Paphos. But beautiful place, beautiful location, absolutely stunning and so fun. So if you're thinking of travel destinations, Paphos is fucking awesome, man. Keys to victory. I don't think there are any specific ones. It's just stop playing like it's the first time you guys play together. Like Lucas said, those short passes. I mean, talk between you. Spalletti does manage the game. He stands there and directs everyone. He did get it completely wrong against Napoli, and I'm praying that we won't see that ever again. That was on him mostly. So yeah, he gotta make it up. I have no idea what type of Juve is going to show up. The scared shitless one that we saw against Napoli, who couldn't win a single tackle, or the one that completely dominated Udinese and allowed maybe one shot on goal all match.
Yeah.
Because this should be more similar to Udinese than Napoli.
Yeah.
But it's the Champions League. They gave a hard time, except for Bayern. They gave a hard time to everyone they played so far. They've beaten Villarreal, which we lost to. So honestly, just don't be bad. Just start playing regular football. I have nothing to say about this team anymore. It's the simple things that don't work out. So I have
Just
nothing
don't
special to
suck.
say.
My one thing that's like starting to stand out to me is like you still have a shortcoming that pops up in contested matchups, and that's the midfield getting overrun. And I feel like doing things here and there, or just factoring in like your opponent, like maybe you move towards those corrections and look to build continuity off of those things in every fucking game you play. So it's like, I like Miretti in the starting lineup, but I still think you need 3 midfielders in this team. And I still think that a 3-5-2, if you want to keep your 3-man backline, a 3-5-2 is the way to go. But I'm also at the point where I'm not really hung on to this 3-man backline so much, and I don't really know if there's anything to really cling to there. Bremer is back in the squad list today. Rugani is, I don't know if did Rugani actually make it as well?
Yeah, they're both in the squad.
So they're both in the squad list, but they're not expected to get, maybe they get, one of the two gets a little bit of minutes towards later, but it's not expected Bremer to get minutes. Bremer's aiming for like a start around Roma. But I think it's time that you start maybe just patching up what's actually going wrong and stop trying to just go back to something that's worked for a bit. You throw us all for a loop and try something against Napoli that is nothing that anybody else would have tried. And then it's like, now you're back on this 3-4-2-1 train. I'd like to see 3 legit midfielders. I'd like to see Yildiz free reign. You want to get Zhegrova.
Do that, the better, man.
You want to get Zhegrova in there. He can play on the outside as he did with with Lille, where you have McKennie there now. And you know what? Cambiasso could use a sitting too, and just be like, dude, like
absolutely,
like he could use a sitting and just be like, dude, this is so far off the mark. And I mean, Thuram's in the same boat too, but we talked about it. Until your defenders are actually back there and you can pull Cope Miners up. Yeah, I mean, I'm not starting Adzic in this match. It's sad to say, but I mean, Adzic might have to go out on loan in January. He might not have to stick around for the rest of the year. That last showing was just, it was really, really, really bad. And I hate to just, I don't want to crucify the kid for it or whatnot, but it just, it can't be that route. And you have to push the guys that are in the lineup. And when you do that, it just adds to complacency and it just adds to them getting comfortable because they know you're just, if that's what's going to happen, yeah, I'll be in there. Thuram has not been pushed because we're skinny at the back and Cope Miners can't be pushed back into the midfield until we get fit there. So I don't like it. Right now, 2 guys that need to be way better are Cambiasso and Thuram. So if you want to play Zhegrova, play him out there. He could still do it. He did it at Lille. And I said I'd even play Chico there, but something's got to give because we're moving forward and Spalletti's trying to implement small little things, but previous shortcomings are still there. So that's just my thought on what we're doing as a whole. Now, when you look at Paphos, they want to force teams to the outside. They just want to force you out to the perimeter and hope that what you're going to do is just not be able to break them down through the middle and you're going to have to create half chances. That's what they're hoping to do. That's how they're going to approach the game. That's how they're going to play. For them to get back at us, they want to basically try to expose 1v1s and they will try to take them. They want to switch field quick. That's just what they want to do. So they want to force us to the perimeter. They want to win the ball. And then they will look to switch field. They will look to try and utilize some 1v1s. They do like to overlap a lot on the outsides and work on that route. They just want to create a little bit of a mismatch on the outsides and then get the ball deep on the flanks there and go from there. Keys to victory for Juve. Don't let them do that. Swarm. Send numbers. Push them back. Dominate. Control. Get your legs about you. Stop getting outworked. Do not get outworked. First to every 50-50. Play physical. Send numbers. Do not be afraid and push them back. Their game plan is already one that is going to play to your hands. Take advantage of that. Now, prediction time. I want one player to watch for Juve. Your final score, okay? And give me a fun tiebreaker. Omer, kick us off.
One player to watch. If Zhegrova starts, then absolutely Zhegrova. He's super unpredictable. He looks like one of those guys who are fun to watch. I have yet to see him start a match for Juve, so it's a bit different than coming on as a late sub in the 80th minute. Then I know his attributes can shine, but early in the match it's a different story. We'll see how that goes. I honestly don't know what. I don't have a prediction. I have no idea what to expect from Juve. On the surface, it seems like it should be like a 2-0 win. Get it done early and go with it. But I'm skeptical. Like you said, we've considered in every match, and apparently Pafos are no pushovers. Give me a 2-1.
Okay.
2-1. We can see that.
Okay.
And some fun tiebreaker. Fun is a big word.
We're having too much fun today.
Well, just give me any tiebreaker then.
That'll be fun, yeah.
I'll go with my usual one. Juve to win the coin toss. 50-50, man.
It's as good as it gets.
Just one that we can never confirm either. All right.
I'll confirm it today.
Luca, you're up, buddy.
Okay. Omar basically stole everything I was going to say, so let's switch it up a bit. Player to watch.
Well, you asked me to message you my prediction beforehand.
Should have. Yeah.
I had to do it.
Player to watch today. I'm curious to see how David does today. Mostly because, well, he was snubbed in the first half against Napoli. I especially since he had a decent showing last week against Udinese. I'm curious if he bounces back a little bit better, because he also got some heat from Spalletti and Marchisio in an interview recently. So I'm very curious to see how David does today, if he really picks it up or just continues slouching a bit. Prediction. Shit. Fucking Omar. Shit. I want to say 3-1, but I don't know if we could score 3. It's either 1-1 or 2-1. Oh, God damn it.
I'll tell you what, if we do lose this match, I'm expecting boos around the stadium that can be heard all the way to Canada, man.
Oh, it won't even be that, man. It'll be like if there's just lulls, if they're running the ship for a bit, man, there's going to be cheers rolling down. Don't get wrong. So, Luca, let's go. Final score, buddy. Come on. Lock in.
All right. Screw it. I'll do 1-0 Juve.
Holy shit. All that time for 1-0.
No, that's not what I want. I'm just throwing it. I don't.
Give me a tiebreaker.
You sound like Allegri. You sound like Allegri.
Give me a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. I like always going with this. Let's go over 5.5 yellow cards.
Okay. Player to watch in this one. I'm gonna make this fucking short and sweet. Okay. Medetti's going to be the player to watch. He's going to have an outstanding performance for Juve today. Your final score, 4-1 Juve. Yes. 4-1 Juve.
4-1 Juve.
4-1 Juve. Jonathan David brace.
Okay.
Amen.
If there's
Amen.
a God. Whoa. Shit.
That's how you rock a prediction. Fuck, let's go.
All right,
4-1.
take it
We will.
easy.
I have no
Lose a
faith
prediction.
in.
Pump the
That's
brakes.
how you lose a prediction, but
Yeah, I was gonna say that's it.
I have no
tomato,
faith.
tomato, man.
What's
No
your
faith
tiebreaker?
in keeping a clean sheet, so we concede 1. 4 goals. 4 goals today. Watch.
What's your tiebreaker?
What do you mean? What's my tiebreaker? David Brace.
Oh, I didn't.
And yeah, it's totally out there. But you know what? You're almost fucking due for one, man. You're almost due for one. Paphos is gonna clamp things down, though. This is a bit of our Achilles heel. So you know what?
4-1 isn't looking good, Bert.
No, it isn't. But sometimes you just got to try and manifest something fucking coming in here, man. I'd like, honestly.
No, I'm with you. That's I like the positive out.
If I had to like make a legit call, like obviously that's my heart of hearts going crazy there, and just like let's fucking go, let's do this. 2-1 is probably what I would
2-1
expect.
seems the most reasonable.
But you know, it's funny because some people will say 3-1, and then you throw a 4-1 out there, and they're just going crazy. It's like, you know,
Well,
delusional, want to spread optimism. I'm trying to manifest something big here, but you know what?
Ludovicic was amazing.
I'll stick to it. Maybe we'll have some punishment, some fun punishments around the predictions. Maybe we should start picking something.
No
Something.
rewards, only punishments. Because I
What's
nailed no rewards, only punishments. Because I nailed the Udinese match.
Yeah, we know.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Fellas.
You nailed the scoreline, and we're fucking way off on tiebreakers. You
Yeah,
pick the same
we're
score
fun.
fucking 10 games in a row. Eventually, you're gonna get one.
That's how you do it, man.
That's how you do it. Consistency.
That's how you do it. You're consistently wrong.
That's how you beat the.
That's
in a
not
while
true,
I'm right.
actually. I'm probably actually the highest on predictions. Out of Skanga it's
Skanga's the
Skanga.
lowest. That's all I know.
You want an
Skanga's
interesting one? If
actually
David
been
Luiz-
decent over the past little while, and he's actually
you're keeping
probably
track?
crept in there.
I had no idea you're keeping track. I'll
We
tell
should-
you
yeah.
what. Here's a nice one for you. If David Luiz scores from a free kick, I'll do the next pod naked.
No fucking thank you. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
It's not
still
even
No
got abs.
fucking
My
thank you.
advanced
Doesn't wanna
stage, they still
see
got abs. You're gonna get more.
How the fuck do
Look
we
at
have
the
to?
show.
No, the punishments are for us, not the viewers. Okay,
Exactly,
for fuck's
thank
sake.
you.
Yeah, that's why I'm hungry. You can punish the viewers, man.
All right.
All right, guys.
No one's taking their shirt off. trust
Get
me.
your likes in there. We see some 1-1. We see some 1-1 calls. Gio going 1-1. 4-1, not buying it, but we got a 4-2 in there. You a budget. Coqui saying, fuck it. 19-0. Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right. All
We
right.
do have a 3-1. We have a 3-0 in there. Okay, easy win. I don't know about easy win, but my scoreline would suggest it's easy. I don't think it'll still be easy, but 3-1. You got 3-1s. Not far off 4-1, everybody. Trim's even got a 3-1. You know what? Fuck. Maybe 3-1's the play. What do you guys? 1-0 and a 2-1? I'll take 3-1 and still be different. Let's go 3-1.
Oh, so
But
you're
still
just
a
allowed
David
to change your
Brace I'm
prediction
calling.
now.
Now, we got Storm the Barn. We're going to have fun. But, of course, it's time with Omer being in here for the
the hat.
bold statements.
Take the hat off.
Fucking
Show
go.
us the head. Show us the head. You gotta.
Oh yeah, the bold statements.
Thank you.
I know it sounds weird, but I actually need a haircut.
By the way, just
And-
for the record, I saw Skippy asking how is Paphos away form as opposed to home. If you're talking about Champions League, Paphos is two draws at home, no wins, no losses. So if you're talking about them in league, well, I'd have to dig that one up. But yeah, that's it for Champions League. Now, Omer, bald statements. Let's rock.
Yeah, let's go. First one. Juve's version of Pirlo was better than Milan's version of Pirlo.
Oh shit. That's actually tough because he probably. Oh
Bold
shit.
statement, man.
I mean, what are we basing it off? Like silverware, Bert?
Whatever metric you want.
Shit. I mean, you did win. Oh, man. Oh, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say Milan.
I gotta say that I disagree because I think he was just fucking equally as awesome. So I will disagree for that one.
Wow.
Man, that's a tough one though. That's a tough one.
That's a really tough one. I wrote it like a few days ago and I still haven't decided.
Really good.
Yeah,
if you're going
because he was like he completely him and Conte completely flipped the league on its head.
Yeah.
Like
I think like
season.
for me, he was equally like fucking awesome, but I think it stood out more on Juve because of the teams that like when he walks in 11-12, he's easily by a country mile the best fucking player on that team.
Yeah.
And I think it stood out more, but I think like he was the same fucking guy. So to say that he was better there, I think it just shone through more for those seasons. But
I think it showed some different qualities maybe we didn't know he had, because he did win a lot at Milan, the World Cup. He has 2 Champions League, but he was also surrounded by one hell of a team. As opposed to coming to Juve, who were some of them were young.
But later on in Juve, he still was surrounded by maybe not as good as the Milan squad, like Champions League Milan, but still a good team at the end of his tenure.
It's a very tough one. I think I'll disagree with the statement. I think I'll still go. I mean, because if he had won 2 Champions League and a World Cup with Juve, then there's no question. So I have to be fair here. I'm going to give it to Milan.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay.
I think so far. Huh?
Next one. The World Cup will be better off with 16 teams.
Agreed. Wait. How many?
16 teams, like they used to do in the 30s.
Like they used to. Okay, yeah. I agreed. Yeah.
Agreed.
I think it's a mess right now. Too many.
I mean, you have to alter the format a bit. I don't know, 2 groups or 4.
I'm just pro less teams.
I'm going to disagree because I think it would be better for some aspects and shitty for others. Because I still do think that there's a lot of nations that still support their team in an incredible fashion that actually adds to, the beauty of the World Cup. So I gotta say I'm gonna disagree. I'll lean slightly more to disagreeing.
Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with the statement. Again, first of all, compared to what once was, we have a lot more countries today. Like if you go back even to the 80s, you had less countries, and I think everyone sort of deserves a real chance to be there. Everyone is deserved to their own story and their own heroes and their own history in the World Cup. And if they make it there, like we have a lot of new teams this year that weren't there, and I'm super happy for them. Yeah, it's a great feeling. Everyone should experience that. So if you go past the early stages, the qualification rounds, yeah, absolutely, go and enjoy the World Cup. You deserve it.
I'm for the new countries joining. I just really don't like the format of it right now. Like,
yeah, like 64 is way too much. I agree with that.
It's just the balance. Like again, it's really nice to see these small countries celebrating and everything, but when you have one win in like say 5 games and you make it just doesn't add up. Some things just don't make sense to me.
Sweden hasn't won a single game. And they have the same chance as Italy, who lost twice, but it doesn't really matter even if they'd won the second game.
Fucking Italy's got better odds of winning the World Cup right now than the U.S. and they're not even qualified yet. Italy hasn't even qualified, and they have better chances, better odds, betting odds to win the thing than the States.
It's messed up. It's messed up.
Man.
Okay.
That's a good one, good one, Omar. Thank you.
Okay.
Really good.
Next one. Football was better when we were the rich assholes.
We as in Juve?
Well, hell yeah.
Juve, Real Madrid, Bayern, when we were. I get that I'm asking it from Juve fans, but try to look at it from, a neutral point of view.
I mean,
it's
hard to disagree. Because, I mean, unless you like Manchester City and
here's my
Liverpool
thing.
games.
I think football in general right now needs such a massive reform that, like, back then you knew who you were. The objectives, like teams' objectives, etc. The revenue that they made dictated what they could do, who they could be, etc., who they could pick up. But at the same time, was it good for the overall that way? Probably not. But is what's happening now good for the overall? It also is not.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. Do you...
I'll tell you what. My only issue
That's a tough one.
these days. My only issue these days is that a lot of the money, a lot of the rich clubs, their money don't come from football.
Exactly. That's my biggest
It just comes from an outside source. Juve, Bayern, Real, Man United, they were rich because they were the most adored club in their countries and worldwide, and their luxury came from what the club made, from football, from years of history. And then you have like an entire country funding one club, signing deals with themselves, sponsorship deals from other companies under the same. It's just, it has nothing to do with football, which makes it really unfair.
Yeah.
Because that's something no one could achieve.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Marcello Lippi's second stint was a failure, and if it happened today, he would have been sacked much earlier.
Oh. I agree with the second part. He would have been sacked much earlier today. Was it a failure?
I agree it was a failure.
I think, I'm leaning to yes on the failure. Yeah. On both, actually. I'm agreeing on both, I think, mostly.
Would he have been sacked much earlier? I don't know, man. We waited a while for...
What the...
Yeah. So
But I think he's saying now, like with Kamoli, like 100%.
Ultimately, I'd agree.
Okay, I agree too. I got nothing to add. Last one. Most people think Luca joined the pod 3 weeks ago.
I like that you actually added one of me.
Agree.
Agreed.
People think that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people know. Like, what's this feet-loving Frenchman doing on the show?
Luca Lacka the feet. All right. That might have to be the name of that segment. That's cool.
We might have to change it.
Great stuff as always. That Pirlo one, man. I tell you.
We should put that on the Twitter. Like, put that on the feed. That's a good one.
Oh, you're gonna annoy so many Milan fans. Allegri gonna you.
Now let's get to some Storm the Barn. Frankie, our boy Frankie, comedian. Check him out around the DC area. Beauty. Juventus began the decline when they changed the goal song at home from the Chelsea Dagger. My God, I loved that one. Loved it. Loved it.
That was a good song.
It was a great goal song. The only shitty thing about that goal song is that the Chicago Blackhawks also used it. And I hate the Chicago Blackhawks. Well, okay, I shouldn't say I hate them. I don't hate them. What bothers me is that Chris Chelios was such a prick of a player, and their logo looks like a sideways profile shot of Chris Chelios, and that's why it drives me nuts. So, yeah, but that song, love that song, Chelsea Dagger.
Great song.
Bring it back. Bring it back. How are we feeling about every former Juve player and their mother going in on current squad lately? What? Needed or pump the brakes a little bit? Huh?
Pump the brakes for a second. That picture needs to be discussed more.
Maas's picture there?
Maas? What the fuck?
He looks like a villain from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, looks like Jim Carrey. Oh, shit.
Good old Maas from our team.
Oh, God. I've never seen that. That is...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I agree. They need to start shutting up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not helping.
He is right, though.
He's definitely right.
Of course they're right. We know they're right. We say it here every week, 3 times a week. But come on, we're fans. You were football players, and Marquisio especially. You were there for the banter era, which you were
Okay.
distant, but you know how hard it is when things that just when things aren't functioning.
Okay, let's get to
And
this Marquisio thing, okay? We got to bring it up here.
okay,
Yeah, I got to bring up that.
Because first off, Spalletti's words were like, I don't know how he does this, but he does it a lot. I don't know how Skira messes up press conferences as much as he does when he requotes them. But he did. The question that was posed to Luciano Spalletti was in regards to David and playing time and minutes and getting continuity. Spalletti then in turn answered in a general sense of the team, claiming that, yeah, no, these guys, if you want 10 minutes, he's like, you got to put in a hard session of training. If you do well there, yeah, you'll get a half. And so on and so on. He goes, but if you train inconsistently, where you come in and you train strong one day and weak the next, I don't want to hear about minutes or game time. It wasn't specifically at David. So that was one of the big things that was going around there. Oh my God, he goes all in on David. He didn't. He actually used Adzic as an example, which leads me to believe that Adzic is maybe asking for minutes or whatnot, and he's sending a message to not just Adzic, but the entire team. And I actually like that from Spalletti because, yeah, you do have to train hard. This goes back to what we were talking about with this team and what might be going wrong. Is it literally like just a shitty place to work at? Like, where are our standards that
100%.
Now all of a sudden we have to like have battles with players about fucking training hard? Spalletti at the end of the Napoli thing was praising Conte because his team ran. Like,
No,
is
they were a
this
better
the
team.
thing that, this is the thing where Juve now suffers a defeat and we are impressed by running? Like, is that where we're at? Like, we're impressed by running. And if you look at these past few years, you're outworked in a lot of those brutal matches. Stuttgart came in and ran the brakes off us in our own house. And it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing in-house that these guys just don't think that they have to work, or that like working hard is just like, oh yeah, you could do it. I've been calling it Club Med for a while, and that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no one should take offense from what Spalletti says. He sees them all day in training, and if he felt the need to go congratulate Conte, I mean, our team doesn't run enough, and when they do, they get injured.
It's more signs. It's more signs that the standards have slid.
Big time.
Yeah.
It's more signs. But speaking of David, Marquisio did go direct. He went direct. So he just simply said, David comes in and trots around. Players need to give way more. He's talking about like running and energy and all that. But like I always said too, like these guys show like the stats on kilometers tracked and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about that. You know? Marquisio says David, Openda, and Zhegrova, they don't convince. David comes on and trots around. You're at Juve in a difficult moment. You must give much more. Some players don't understand what it means to wear the black and white shirt. So, does that actually bother you about these ex-players going in on the club and whatnot, or saying this kind of shit?
I'm going to say it depends the player. Because some guys, I mean, they're just all negativity. All of them, all the time. And I'm not going to name any. It's mostly the older guys, I find. Marquisio doesn't always come in, and he definitely doesn't always come in and name players. So for him to come in, say that specifically about one guy, I'm gonna agree with him, because he's not wrong. David's not the guy running, from the back line to the front line. But he's also not the guy scoring twice a game. So you know what? I'm gonna shit on him. If he scores twice a game and doesn't run, I got no problem. But the guy doesn't run and then doesn't score. So I'm gonna agree with Marquisio here. I got no problems with this comment at all.
Well,
Omar.
I agree with him. I just feel it does nothing.
That's true.
Right. It's mainly letting out frustration, shitting on a player. And, like Roberto Baggio said when they asked him why never become like a pundit or whatever, because he said, I see guys that couldn't complete 2 passes and now they're giving remarks about other teams and whatever. I mean, so it's not the case with Marquisio, but
that's it. Yeah.
But there are guys who weren't all that great for Juve, but they did play, so they talk about standards. But when they play, they didn't hold up to those standards.
Listen,
I just feel like it does nothing.
It does nothing. I agree.
You know what? Like, this whole fucking energy thing is crazy to me too, because even Spalletti was talking energy. Penta comes in, we needed energy. We need, like, my question to Marquise would be, what the fuck do you want him to do? Do you want him just running like a fucking chicken with his head cut off, like aimlessly, and here's your kilometers tracked? Because I've seen McKennie do it on fucking 20 occasions in the middle of the pitch. He's only good on the outside. I'll fucking yell that one till the cows come home. That's the reality. What is his energy? What is his fucking energy? He's got, if you're talking about David, you're talking about the strikers in general. They all play a different way. But if you're going to spot these guys and say, Openda, David, Zhegrova, all unconvincing, well, number one, pretty harsh on Zhegrova, who isn't even fit.
Hasn't even played.
And when he does play, fucking, you could see that he's at least going to be effective in beating guys and probing at defenses and whatnot and trying to create space for others by just drawing more attention. So I think it's a little bit of a silly thing to include him there from Marquisio. To say David and Openda have not been convincing, okay, fair so far on their time at Juve. It is what it is. But to just call it out for trotting and energy and whatnot, it's like, well, that part I don't really agree. I need a little bit something more. And even with Spalletti, when he's given his game breakdowns, what's interesting is when you talk about an accountability thing, Spalletti came up because Kalulu said in the presser when they were asked, well, what was the message after Napoli? Something completely different than what Spalletti gave us himself. And he said, well, Kalulu, he's like, well, he told us that I didn't set you guys up to do your best today. So he took the accountability with them. And that I actually give him big credit for. So it's one thing what he's saying to us, and obviously something different that he's saying to them. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Get it right with them. You can get it wrong with us, but get it right with them. But Jesus Christ, it's got to start amounting to something on the pitch. How much time is fair time to like realize the roles and where these guys need to be? He's had enough time, if you ask me. You know?
Yeah.
If I had to ask you right now, because it's going to be a question that follows the story. Do you see Spalletti as a long-term coach for Juve? Yes or no? Like just based on if you had to make a decision right now, let's say this was end of season.
I think I'm gonna go with yes.
My heart says no.
I mean, I don't know what else we haven't tried yet to make these players understand where they are. And I don't know, maybe something that seems completely that doesn't fit. Maybe that's what we need. I get that a lot of people hate Spalletti. I wasn't a huge fan of him, like never, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he came in like a staff sergeant and he started calling people out and you guys don't run enough. And I'm sure that what he's saying to the press, it's probably worse what he said to the players. That's why you have no issue saying it, because it's not as bad as what he told David or whoever. But it takes time, man. It takes time to build a team and build chemistry. And he didn't even have his transfer market and players that he wanted. He was kind of thrown into that horrible situation. And what is it, like a month later, a month and a half, expect everything to be fixed? I I don't know. I want to give him a bit more leeway for saying that that's not it.
Right now, it's like, if I had to look at it, despite what I said earlier, and that's why I said you guys might be surprised by my answers, because I never wanted Spalletti as a long term. I didn't see him as a long term. But I'll be quite honest, and some of the things he does frustrate the hell out of me. Some of the things he says, lack of accountability at times throughout his career. But right now, he's calling things out, and he's calling the standards out. It needs to happen. It needs to happen. And I think that what we're seeing, despite how I feel about him choosing Yildiz as opposed to like Thuram or Cambiaso, to Omer's point, going back to that one, kind of like it too. Because all these guys, nobody should feel safe or comfortable right now when Juve's in a difficult situation. And if I could change one thing around what Marchisio said, I have no problem with him saying things. Guys, these guys are asked questions. They're just answering it. And he's being honest. But I would have probably left names out of it. And I would have just said nobody on this roster should feel safe when Juve is in a difficult moment. You shouldn't feel safe when Juve is at the best of times. Because when Juve gets it right, no position and no starting spot is a given. You have to work and you have to fight and you have to claw at those with the best of the best. But right now, it's a given. It's complacency. It's all this. So I have no problems with what Spalletti's doing. What I can't have him do is botch lineups and botch players' positions and roles. That part needs to, like what we saw against Napoli. And the fact that he acknowledged it tells us all we were right. That tells us all we were right. Kalulu's words in the presser of what he actually told his team, I didn't set you guys up in the right way to succeed whatsoever. I failed you. Yeah, I can't have him doing that. But if I had to choose right now, somebody has to call everybody out, no matter who their fucking name is, and start setting standards. The thing is, the biggest question mark is, would he be backed? Would he be backed by the guys up top? Because until that happens,
I hope it does.
I hope so, because until that happens, the carousel continues, everybody. We need everybody to lock in together. So the management team, whatever Spalletti calls, whatever decision, you pretty much have to go with it. And just got to be like, hey, man, this is part of setting the standards. And I have a question for you before we get to more Storm the Barns. And it's just, there's a fan comment that I read that was, this whole season has been a disaster. No coach, no ideas, no passion. Reboot the whole squad. Now, one of Marchisio's things that he said was there is no continuity at Juve. You aren't building in the right way because you have new coaches, new players, new management, the constant turnover. I told you, it feels like a lot of the time these guys are just a shield, okay, rather than an actual plan. Well, according to this fan, a reboot is needed. If Spalletti pushes the things and you got a reset needed, I don't think I agree that a reboot isn't necessarily building in the right way, like Marchisio says.
And it's easier said than done. You know how much money a reboot cost? I mean, we just replaced our entire management in the past 2 years. Yeah. And look where we are. We can't buy 25 million players from Italy. I mean, a reboot is a big word. Like, what? Fire everyone, terminate all contracts, and build from the ground up with Yildiz?
I just think,
it doesn't
and this
say
is,
a lot.
I think this is where the misconception is, because Tuna's got the comment right there on how many more reboots are needed.
That's the
Have
thing.
we rebooted more than one time as of late? The closest you could talk about a reboot
was
Giuntoli's one window where he actually got to finally spend, and we made those, and seemingly for Motta, only to find out that Motta didn't want certain guys. And then it was like, what are we even doing here, boys?
That's the only real reboot we got. Let's be frank.
Allegri was here for the, hey, it's going to be a stranglehold on us financially. It's just all hands on deck. Do what you can. So we haven't actually done it, and we haven't done it once with everybody on the same bloody page. I still say, for me, Elkan is an absolute shit show.
I'm starting to agree with you on that one more and more.
It all comes down to him. So for me, right now, I hope he got it right in Camoli, Modesto, Chiellini, whoever that, James Gow all of a sudden coming in, whatever. I hope you get it right. But for Marquisio to say it's simply down to continuity, I also don't agree, because if you told me if we finish in the same way we have all these other years, if Spalletti can't really get more out of this team more consistently, I say blow it up the best you can. I'd say blow it up the best you can. If you ran a keep sell on this team right now, there's only going to be a couple keeps for me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Can name 4
So,
maybe, Max.
Reboot or not, fire away. Because you can't just say for the sake of, oh, you need continuity to succeed. Not if what the guys are giving you are below standards. That's why everybody has their own idea and everyone has their own opinions. But the truth is, it's a bit of everything. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. All these things have to line up. And you have to have harmony. Right now, if I was from the outside looking in, my perception of what goes on at Continassa would be a fucking free-for-all. I think there's no structure. I think it's probably way too relaxed than it should be. And I think that these guys don't understand, like, what Juve's trying to put forth about culture. I don't think they get it. I don't think they really do. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 guys on your roster that actually get it. One of them's 20 fucking years old.
What does that say?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yep.
That's just me. That's just me. You know?
Right.
The higher experience guys, too, were higher experience from the bench. Not chewing up the big minutes. Stat padding on trophy hauls while not doing the dirty work. Adds in for me, guys. We got a lot of work to do. I hope. So for me, Spalletti, call everybody out if you have to. I have no feelings towards any of these guys. We can make whatever moves we want, but for me, I need to see what happens at the top. What's the situation around Mario G? Oh my God, expiring contract. Why aren't we pushing? Amazing defender. I don't know, man.
I wouldn't say amazing. He's a
I wouldn't
good
say
defender,
amazing.
But I wouldn't mind like having him on the roster, not as the big center back that's gonna come in and complete this defense.
No, but rotational.
Expiring contract, knows Italy. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if we have someone going on,
yeah.
If we have, let's say, Rugani on the outs as rumored next transfer season, then yeah, I would take him as a rotational.
Man, I don't know. I gotta say,
but
I'll tell you what, if we had to pay,
I put him in the same box as Marusic. I lock that fucker up and I toss it into the ocean. Okay, bad boy style. Bad boys, bad boys.
You were saying
what you gonna do? All right. If we lose today versus Pafos, no.
If we lose today, Omar is apparently coming on naked.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nothing.
That's not ever happening. Jesus. Although there was a period of time when we were always doing those shows with me, him, and Skanga where we were actually questioning whether or not he was wearing pants. And we said one day he's going to have to get up to take a piss and we might actually see his bare ass.
I have to take a piss now. Do you want to see?
Well, you're wearing a hat. I hope you're wearing pants.
Can you give more explanation about the remarks Spalletti made about Kelly and needing a right foot center back in that position? I actually didn't catch that one. I'll be quite honest. I don't know if you did.
I didn't see it as well.
I didn't see that at all.
I didn't catch that one. No, sorry. I'll look it up though. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Wanted to thank Berto for his as I decided to step out of the daily chats and stuff. I will keep adding my thumbs up and wish all best luck. Okay. Thank you.
It's not an STB, but thank you anyways.
Thank you. Do you believe Miretti has the potential to become a key player and a starter for strong Juve, or is he only getting game time because of our weak midfield and no offensive threat from the mids? Boys, what do you think?
I think
I like this.
both
I like this.
both can be true.
That's true.
One doesn't exclude the other. I mean, again, those guys are still young, and I have no idea what Miretti is going to play like when he's 27. I mean, I had no idea who Gattuso was when he was 20. And no, some of those guys are not just prospects from when they're 17 and you follow their entire career from youth level. And we do, because it's Miretti, but he can be a completely different, more dominant, more mature player when he's 27, 28 at his peak. Right now, as things stand, it seems like it could be a decent player. I haven't seen like this next great midfielder for Italy. But I wouldn't say he would never be that. He might one day.
Yeah. Luca, what do you think? Weigh in.
I mean, both could be true, but I'm leaning towards the second, like the latter, saying that, our mid is just garbage right now. I'm glad that he's sticking out and he's actually looking good, but I honestly thought there was something more. I'm still not seeing it just yet. I'm seeing a lot of what he provided before he went on loan, which is, a lot of good vision, a lot of good movement, but still, I think they're still missing a little bit there. And as Omar said, he's still young. It might come later. But
most of the issues I have with him are due to just him not being mature enough.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with
like
that.
It's
100%.
rookie mistakes. If he fixes that in the next few years, then he can be because his movements are great, his positioning is great. He occupies that space. He had good passing. It just takes him so much time to make a decision.
Yeah,
he wants to do, which is not up to par with the speed of top level football.
Do you believe Miretti has the potential to become a key player and a starter for a strong Juve? Yes, for me. It's very, very simple. Does he have the potential? Easily. Yeah. For a stronger Juve? Well, how strong? Because even minimal impact from somebody that would come into this Juve would make it stronger. He's super young, and it feels like because he's got over 100 caps already for Juve that people forget just how young he is and whatnot.
Over 100 already?
The jump that he made already from what I have seen in just that one loan is pretty significant. I think there's a serious player in there. It just has to be unlocked, and we just haven't seen it fully unlocked. Will we? I hope so. He's got everything. He's got everything it takes. I mean, it's just again,
it's not only up to him.
When you get into players and people say that you can't fix that when it comes to decision making, final third, I call bullshit. And your prime example, take a look at Chico last year versus this year, because that's a big difference. That's a big difference in how he's playing, and there's a big difference in what he's looking to do, and just that split second sooner. There's far less games where all he does is head down, fucking dribble, go, go, go. Like, there's far, far less of that. He's looking to do something on the end game now. It's like, I might dribble you, but then I'm going back post with this thing, or I'm taking a rip, whatever. Like, there's more end game to it. I don't believe that you just can't fix that or correct that. He's got everything it takes to be a starter for even a strong Juve.
It's not only down to him. That's the thing with every player. I mean, you need to have the right coach. Allegri wasn't the right coach for a young player like Miretti because he needed to defend for like 70 minutes of the match, and he just is not good at it. The guys you are partnered with, throw Miretti in with Kroos and Modric, and he might be he will be a far better player than Rabiot and McKennie, who we partnered at Juve. Which version of Casemiro would you buy? The one at Man United or the one of Real Madrid?
I mean,
Same.
Real.
A lot of depend, of course. A lot depends on the environment you're at, the coach who coaches
But
you.
that's a tough one
It's
too,
not
though, because
down to him.
Casemiro was kind of coming down there
Yeah.
even when he's going to Man U. So it's like, but yes, of course, environment matters.
but it's
Environment
miles different from what you've seen. At
yeah,
Real Madrid.
yeah. I'll agree with
Well,
that.
yeah, but he was on the downward spiral. He was already on the decline. Like,
I
it's
mean,
just
he was
like,
29. It was a choice for Real Madrid either to renew him on his final big contract or sell him. And they decided to sell him. Bravo to them, man. Made the right decision, apparently.
Man U's a fucking dumpster fire. And to be fair, scary thing is,
We're getting close.
well, we're getting close. We're getting close. Are you buying into this anti-David agenda? Everyone calling him out for poisonous attitude and all kinds of other disses. The media hates his ass. I don't think there's an anti-David agenda.
Racist.
I'll be quite honest. An anti-David
Yeah.
agenda? Media hates his ass?
I don't
I've
think
seen
so.
a lot of flack to Openda. I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
flack in many players' directions, but I will say that maybe there's less going towards certain guys. Like, I don't know how Thuram is coming through unscathed. It's been abysmal. Fucking abysmal. And he's coming through unscathed. Cambiasso has come through to the point where his fucking agent had the audacity to talk about putting Maldini and Cambiasso in the same fucking sentence. Like, but I don't think there's an agenda. There's one agenda that's always alive, and that is anti-Juve. So depending where you get your media from, might seem like an anti-David agenda. It isn't an anti-David agenda. It's just when you're at Juve and you're not doing well, you'll get called out, but maybe the guys that aren't Italian get called out a little bit more. I might say that, but I don't think there's like an anti-David agenda. And for the training thing and all this, again, going back to it, everybody's like, no, he clearly was calling him out. That's one thing that's never been consistent around David or Openda, is not working hard in training. That's something that's literally never been around either one of those guys in their entire career so far. So I don't know. Spalletti chose that question to make a statement to all the guys, and he used Adzic, everybody. But again, people will believe as they wish, and I'm cool with that. Do you think we can win a game that Yildiz doesn't play in? Yes.
Depends. Are we playing Serie B?
We can play a game that Yildiz doesn't play in. And if this team doesn't believe that, then pack your bags and just call it. Just fucking call it. Like,
yeah, I think it's even unfair towards Yildiz.
Yeah, like it's just
to expect him to rescue Juve at 20.
It's crazy.
It's unfair.
Poor kid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You want all these guys that come in that want to be key players, whatever. You get one fucking link to Man City, and your head blows up to the point where you're a fucking hot air balloon sailing away up high in Turin, where you fucking lost all reality, and your game has sucked ever since. It's crazy. This team, there's guys that need to start pulling up their socks, sacking up, and getting the job done, because they're not cutting it. But if this team believes that they need this guy in, if our coach even believes that this guy has to be in just to win a game, any game, that's a problem. Big time problem. Atalanta squad is based on just players better than this Juve.
Huh?
Atalanta's squad is based on players better than this Juve. I don't believe their roster is better than ours.
I'd say their chemistry. They've been together, like some of those guys have been together longer.
Well,
and they know
fuck,
each other.
our chemistry. I'll give you fucking 75 teams right now with better chemistry. Maybe 120.
But player to player,
their roster is not better.
That much better. They're not that much better, no.
Atalanta's
I'd say
doing
on
well
par.
in Champions League.
What
That's
are they,
it.
fourth, like? Something like that?
They're third in their group.
They're third in Champions League. with
in their
12
group.
points, tied with they're third, Solo with 13 points. PSG, Inter, and Real, and Atletico and Liverpool all on 12 points. They're four
they're
wins,
12th
one
in the
draw,
league.
one loss in Champions League.
But they're 12th.
Would you
Bravo,
rather Juve
Bravo.
be mid-table in Serie A, but you're at the top of this phase in Champions League?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Like, what are we even talking? Like, no.
No.
Would you rather make a healthy run that might end up semi-final and play it out and be mid-table Serie A?
No, I would no. Because that doesn't assure you anything for the future.
Yeah, and the money isn't that good anyway.
Yeah, like you're better off. I'd preferably I'd take a top 4 right now, 100% over anything in the Champions League.
A Champions League win out of top 4. Can't say anything,
Yes.
man. Can't say anything.
Yeah, obviously, but what are the odds there, Bert?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Atlanta
Can't trade it right now. Can't trade it.
Second.
I saw
Take a
that.
second.
Say, I trade with Atalanta right now. No. No. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do
Go
it.
back to winning the league. Shit went sideways when we focused too much on Champions League.
Justin, I see you're storm the barn and I'm skipping it, you bastard.
What did he say?
I just hope the upper management open their fucking eyes and realize we need 1, maybe even 2 center backs in January. It can't go on like this.
Thank you, George.
I'll tell you what, man. They need to open their eyes on squad building in general. Experience needs to be valued. There's certain things they need to value, but they need a star signing. And my concern is you're probably not going to be in the... You got to leave yourself in a position this summer where you can attract a star signing.
Not going well so far.
So top 4 is like a must, man. Got to be playing Champions
Because we are a
League.
dumpster fire right now. Like,
Who is more difficult to replace for a winning Juve, Buffon or Del Piero?
Del Piero. Because we've
Piero.
been spoiled with goalies. Let's just say it. Goalies at Juventus have not been an issue for us. I mean, people want to make it an issue, but
I mean,
yeah, you can't take
finding a
that
player
leadership quality.
like Del Piero, a character like Del Piero, and the things that he could do, the creative mind, the making fun out of the best defenders in the world. I mean, it's so rare. And when you do have a good team, the goalkeeper can be not as important. Like, I think Victor Valdez wasn't anything special. And he won I don't know how many Champions League because of the team in front of him.
That's a very good point. And that's nothing to put it down Buffon. I mean, I don't think any of us here...
No, Buffon is such a luxury to have a guy like that in goal.
Buffon's
But
the
you can
GOAT. He's the best goalkeeper
He's the best
ever.
goalie of all time. That's it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But if we're looking at like what came after both of these guys, yeah, I mean,
Well, Del Piero.
Del Piero is like the perfect role model, right? If you want to love a player, you go with Del Piero, which there's nothing bad to say about. Like Puyol.
I think the follow-up question to this is who would you take right now between these two in our team? We don't need a Buffon. We don't need a Buffon.
Del Piero.
Exactly. Like,
I'm going with Del Piero, but it's him and Buffon will always be.
Oh yeah, we're not saying that.
There.
I think
it's not to say that Buffon wasn't important. Like it's.
These are arguably the two most important Juve players.
Yeah, it's nickels and dimes, man. We're
exactly.
The gap is so small between.
Let's not forget about how much Buffon actually learned from ADP. Let's remember who was the one down crying on the pitch after 2003 Champions League final, and who told him to pick up and don't show them that you're crying and whatever. Don't show them your tears, etc.
Yeah,
and we'll get them back and whatever. We'll be back, etc. Who picked him up? It's ADP. ADP, for so many fucking reasons, is just an unbelievable character, man, player. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
ADP.
and when he gets asked about Juve, and he gets asked all the time,
All
he
the
doesn't
time.
single out players.
No, he's a
He
good.
talks
For
about
that,
the
he's
issues,
good.
but in a polite way, you know, not just shitting on the team. You know, this guy sucks and this guy sucks.
But these are
You
not.
need to
stud
find
Buffons.
an identity and stick with it. Yeah, I mean,
Agree.
Juve needs to. This is part of team building. What
Yeah.
team are you trying to build? So how do you find the players you want? Are we trying to build a team for Marusic? Like we want to build a team of 20-somewhat-year-olds and just worry about making things sustainable for Elkan with no real ambition? Because young teams don't win. They don't. Like,
No.
they really don't. Not without serious, experienced players by their side pulling the weight, carrying it, the tow. Like, they won't. So what the hell are we trying to do? Identity, team building, it's all at the forefront right now. If we lose to Paphos the next day, can we just guess the players by their shoes? That was actually impressive by Luca, and everybody said in there that was impressive. But I'll come up with harder ones.
Yeah, he's gonna be harder.
I won't go black and white photos, though. I won't go that far back.
That's a little too much.
2010,
This
2011
picture.
is commonly viewed as the worst season of the modern era for Juve. Take a look at that roster versus today's, and let's decide who the worst really was. Go for it. Okay, well, let's drop everything we're doing, Mas, and let's just look up these
Yeah, I was gonna
rosters
say,
and,
let's
instead of
get
you
the roster
providing
out.
it there from your
How about you bring it
keyboard.
up
Okay.
next
You
tomorrow
want me
when you're on?
to give it out?
You bastard.
Oh, the 2010-11.
First of all, that
Yeah, so
picture
that
is
had-
still. I still can't get
Yeah,
over
that has to be Buffon. Chiellini was
Okay,
there.
so we got Buffon, manager,
Bonucci.
Storari, Constantino. Those are your goalkeepers. At the back line, you got Motta. What the fuck is with this thing? Motta, Chiellini, Grosso, Barzagli, Treore, Bonucci, Grigera, Rinaldo, De Celli, Camilleri, and Sorensen. In the midfield, Felipe Melo, Sissoko, Salihamidzic, Marquisio, Aquilani, Simone Pepe, Jorge Martinez, Krasic, Buchel, Giandonato, Boniperti, Filippo Boniperti, Leonardo Spinazzola, Di Silvestro, Corticchia, Liviero. Up in attack, you've got Iaquinta, Del Piero, Quagliarella, Tony, Matri.
Front line's not bad.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
that mid was so
it's-
bad.
I mean, on paper, not on paper. I mean, this team is stronger, but we're judging them all based on the career they had.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the names were shit, and then they picked up with Conte.
Exactly.
Like Pepe, Bonucci was awful. Quagliarella was mid at the time, and I mean, it's much easier to talk about them right now because I have no idea how the guys we have now, how their careers
Yeah,
going to
that's
pan
the
out in the
thing.
future.
Hindsight, right?
No, some of them might be World Cup winners and Champions League winners in the future with other teams or whatever.
Can't remember the fact that Spinazzola was in our team.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I probably would take that roster.
I probably would too.
I like Luca Toni, Quagliarella, Del Piero, Iaquinta, and Matri.
You had the BBBC there. You had
You had
all
a
of
great
them.
back line. Your front is not terrible. A lot of
Midfield
leaders.
was I liked Sissoko, and Marquisio's in there.
Yeah, but you got Pirlo and Vidal, which was a big game changer.
Yeah, that's
No,
a
this
thing.
is
the midfield
2010
is
and
probably
11.
the
This is
one.
2010.
Yeah, I'm saying the year
Later
after
on.
you really revamped the midfield. Like
Just with
No,
those
but I
League
like
Signer,
Marquisio
maybe.
fucking back in the day too. Like I'm
No,
looking at this
Marquisio is
fucking
awesome.
team.
Was he starting?
Marquisio was awesome, but
I'm looking
the
at this
two other-
fucking team, and
rest.
that roster's better.
Yeah,
But Melo
I would
was
agree.
a fucking prick, though.
Yeah, that's probably the
yeah.
only thing.
Melo can screw off, but yeah, that roster.
He was, no one really liked Melo anyways.
This team just needs a come to Jesus moment. Who would be an experienced player you would want to bring in January for cheap? Salah or any other experience? Listen.
Hold on. You said cheap and then Salah in the same sentence? What are you smoking this morning, Giuseppe?
Jose.
He makes like 16 mil a season.
I would. I'd love I would take Salah.
I would take him, but we can't afford him.
I would take him, but it just
Can't afford him.
Giuseppe got that drink. Got that drink on early. I like it. Getting ready for this Champions League game. I like it, brother. I like it.
5 o'clock.
Guys,
somewhere.
you got to wait for the rumor mill to kind of stir it up and see who's actually available and who's coming. I mean, people have this feeling immediately when names are thrown out there that they just scoff at when it comes to experience. But I'll tell you, this past summer, a guy like Laporta I saw value in. I saw value in a player like that to Juve on a cheap deal. I saw value in Granit Xhaka to Juve this past summer on a cheap deal. Bernardo Silva, I see value there for Juve. I see value there in a Bernardo Silva. It just depends on the details. Devil's always in the details. So that's where it's at. But you guys, today, we're going to wrap up on this. I saw value in Modric, brings up Tuna there. Yeah, that one was a lot higher at 40 years old. So that one's one of those, okay, this is beyond the realm of like just an experienced stage player. Like this is a guy fucking way out there. And the one thing I will say with Modric was like J Medical and the fact that we play 3 times season, like Milan's probably ideal. The fact that it's one game a season, like one game a week, and like, because I was like, for him with us, it would have to be load management, and you know that guy would step into the midfield in a heartbeat and be the best damn guy out there, and then we just run him into the ground and send him to the Bermuda Triangle with Jay Millick. Okay, so that's what would end up happening, and we just can't have that. But you guys, we got to wrap things up. A lot of fun today on this show. Absolutely loved it. Okay. Army, you guys are the best. Get those likes up. There is sadly no watch along today. Okay. So let's hope that Juve takes care of business, gets the job done. You saw the predictions there. 2-1 from Omer, 1-0 from Luca. I'm going to go with 3-1. I'll bring it down from the 4-1. Okay. Bring it down to 3-1. Still going to call it David Brace though. Okay. And Miretti to shine today. So let's go. Yes, I apologize, no watch along, but I'm back at it on the weekend. Guys, we ran a little overtime today. Hope you guys had fun. Drop the likes on there. Enjoy the match. We're back tomorrow with the post-match podcast, okay? And we're going to have some more fun segments for you there. We got a 4-1 in here right now, so look at that. You're going with it. Hopefully, it comes true, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll take a look at these predictions, and then we'll come up with punishments, okay? We'll start having fun. We're going to start having fun. Oh, yeah, Luca. We're going to start having fun.
I'm just going to copy Omar every time.
Well, that's playing it safe. We can't allow that. So there'll be rules in play. Okay?
All right.
That would grind my balls.
But you guys know the drill. Drop that like, subscribe. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Get the job done today against Pafos. We'll reconvene tomorrow morning, everybody. Ciao tutti.